Alrighty, Chapter 4, Part 1? Or Chapter 4, Part 2... Part 1 of Part 2. I think, is that what we're going with? I don't know. We got General Leo, hooray! I'm kind of low on BT materials, so I held off on greening him for now. His banner was actually very good to me. Like, I got his BT and tickets, and I was not expecting that. But we are bringing a team of Noctis, General Leo, and Rem, just because the turn manipulation, along with the delays with Leo, means this guy is not going to be seeing a turn. And that's what we want. Fuck giving this guy a turn. Why would we do that? That doesn't sound fun at all, you know? Then he does feature, you know, everyone's favorite. Don't you love HP gates? I love wasting, you know, 20 million damage because HP gate Lamau. We are going to do a little bit of charging here. Not going to go as high, just because I am also low on force enhancement material, so I only got Leo to force enhance 3? I think that's what it was. So, you know, just a little low on all that. Like, I do pay for the $5 Mog Pass, just because I do think that value is worth it with the enhancement points, to, like, a ridiculous amount more EP. So I think that's alright, but now we have to deal with this guy. Let's work that. This is going to be our main attack with Noctis outside of just him spamming, what's his other move? Oh, I actually should have got Seymour's debuffs on there, but it's fine. I don't think it's going to matter in the grand scheme of things. 75%? Master Blade let down. We are going to use General Leo as far as the main FR here. Very good for single target fight. Very good. Warp Strike Plus. And this should warp us up ahead of A. Yeah, not just like, now that I understand how to properly play him, it's actually pretty good. It's actually pretty good. Let's get this on. We do have delay calls on both Rem and Noctis, just so we can deal with that guy, or this guy's mechanics, his HP gates, when they do come up. We're gonna use the burst phase because it's not gonna be that important for this fight, just because we're not gonna use it. So we might as well just charge up all the way to where we need to and get Rem's buffs up. Let's go ahead and turnover's looking fine actually. So what I'm going to do. We only have one turn left of her LD, so we should refresh that. Like, we do have buttons we could press with Rem. She's not like the hardest hitting damage, or like she's not really meant for, like, you know, damage by herself. Her damage isn't like that great on turn, but she's an excellent support still, so we'll take that. Let me just EX here. I think I'm overthinking this burst phase. We just want to get to this right here. Like, I don't think turn order is going to matter that much in the grand scheme of things, so we're just going to bring up... Actually, I want to bring up Noctis, just so I can get his BT effect up. That way when we enter General Leo's burst phase, or when we enter General Leo's FR time, we should be doing a lot more. Then it probably would have been nice just to have Noctis' BT up while I went into this burst phase, just so we get a little more damage, but it's fine. The good thing General Leo has greening him over Noctis is that his is 8 turns as opposed to 6, so you get a lot more usage out of his BT time. That Noctis constantly warps himself up, so his BT effect, you know, unless you have turn hoggers, might not last as long as you think. The only thing I don't like about Leo, outside of the single target, like, I don't mind single target focused characters. I think they're actually kind of cool. Like, you know, I did a Blue 7 when she came out, and I thought she was cool, like with her FR. The only issue I have with Leo is he is a great sword, and like, he's an alright damage dealer, but I wouldn't say he's like your best damage dealer. He's just a good linked attacker, and I feel like great sword, you know, there's a lot of... I only have so much room for that, you know. Legacy of Lucy here. Like the greatsword competition is pretty high. Not as high as, or actually I think it's the highest one. What am I talking about? Like what I like about Noctis being a linked attacker is that he uses sword, and I feel like the damage dealers for sword, there aren't that many that I like using, so Noctis is a good fit for it. Let's go ahead and get this FR time up then. And the good thing about Leo's FR too, I think he delays him by like 3 turns or something. Like a hilarious amount. Yeah, check that out. And also, what we like about Noctis is his gimmick, Warp Step. I'm so happy it comes off of his FR. That's such a big help, like for fights like this where you can just constantly stay in front of the enemy. With Rem, we're going to be doing that anyway, but you know, now it feels nice. And we're going to save 1 FR Echo of each, because I do think this is going to be a 2 FR Echo run just because of how this guy's HP gates work. So let's go ahead and bring up Leo. I do like this FR animation. Although she just does the twirl like she normally does. I should have brought a team of like OGs here actually. Like imagine Warrior, Light, Vivi, and Rem. I don't think there's that much synergy between them though. A little unfortunate there. Yeah, we're gonna hold on to that. For just to refresh this because I do think it's falling off. And Warp Step's keeping us nice and ahead. Now we just go for big damaging buttons. And Noctis' EX actually hurts quite a bit. Like 9 million, and with the follow-up, and we're just getting started. You know, that's a lot. 13 million already. We're gonna hold on to the rest of those. Do I want to just spam EX? Do I have Warp Step up still? I do. So yes, we do. Yeah, I want to constantly stay ahead of this guy. Yeah, Rem's personal damage not that great. No, I don't think her LD fell off. Okay, I was about to say, I was like, wait, what? That is like interesting thing about Rem too. It's like she's one of the few characters after she does her BT effect, it actually does trigger that follow-up. Most characters when they do their BT effect, or when they like go for their BT green effect, it usually doesn't work. But in Rem's case, it actually does, which is quite useful. We do have an HP gate coming up here. Are we at a Warp Step? 1 turn left, and it's for Noctis, and I think these two are out. So we're gonna have to delay with Leo. Yeah, but Rem refreshing Noctis' EX. Very strong, very strong. And then I heard the summons are working again, so we did bring brothers as well in case we need that as a delay. 69%, perfect. Enrage. That's what we want to see, buddy. Yeah, unfortunately we have to waste some damage here using Seymour. But it's fine. This is why I'm saving 2 Echoes. Just because this is going to be a 2 FR run easy. Look at how much damage we have to waste. A whole turn. A whole turn. That's a big deal. We can't use another of Rem. We do have this big gap that we have to make up. I think I'm okay using 1 Rem. Bring up Leo. I don't constantly want to bring up Leo just because not only his delay, but we want to make the most out of Noctis' BT effect because he only has 6 turns. Look, he's already down halfway through. We do have green effects still, so we got our choice between refreshing Rem or Noctis. So that might be a head scratcher when we get to that. Let's see, I think here... That's just EX. Because Rem refreshing that all day. It's very useful. Man, if I had imagine if I had Leo BT green here, that would be insane. Just Noctis and Leo constantly beating this guy's ass. Oh, Rem did fall behind. Oh wait, Leo can delay, it's fine. What am I talking about? It was sounding like I was worried or something. I think a part of me wants to summon here. Yeah, I think we should summon just to break this threshold and then break that threshold with Leo. Yes. It sounded kind of weird in my head. I was like, yes. There we go. So now he's gonna do his little get mad thing. And that's what we want to see. Or it's not what we like to see, but it was just something that was gonna happen. We're just gonna have to deal with it. The gimmick of this fight. There's a lot of characters that can handle this, especially with LD call. Yeah, and unfortunately this follow-up doesn't trigger after the yellow aura, so now he's subdued. And I think we just try and get the most damage possible here. We can go for another FR Echo. Do we FR Echo? That means we don't have any for the last part of this. I'm actually not going to. I think we should just LD here for the most damage. Just because I want to. Maybe we should have just so we could broken that last gate. Nah, I think the extra percentage is going to matter in the end because this guy is pretty beefy. So we are going to hold on to that Echo. 30%? Oh, nice. This worked out beautifully, actually. This is what we like to see. Yeah, because of this, this month just being full of HP gates, you know, not exactly people's favorite, but it is what it is. We might. Now I have to choose between whose BT effect I want to refresh, and I think it might go to. I think it might go to Noctis. Anything running low? Ferocity and leader. Let's just refresh that. Yeah, 1.6 mil. I don't even have a General Leo with blue armor. That's pretty good. Although I do think summon phase here does affect it a little bit. What we have on her? I think that's Siphon Warp Step. Her other buffs seem fine for now. Because I can't forget that she also does have a buff off her Cure. And that's the one buff I think I let fall off way too often. I was like, oh yeah, I should be spamming Cure. Let's just go ham then. Yeah, this guy is fairly chunky. Oh, actually, I'm not doing any damage, aren't I? Wait a second. This yellow aura is still up. Oh my god, I'm an idiot. I had to delete. Suffering. See, this is what happens when you zone out. Don't zone out, boys. Don't zone out, ladies and gentlemen. I zoned out because I was like, oh, I'll just go to General Leo and refresh his call. I was all happy. I was like, oh, all I have to do is delay him. And then my brain forgot that simple part. We had to do this with Leo. Okay, now we can start doing damage again. Oh my god. Ah, whatever. He's only at 28%. It's fine. Learn from my mistakes. Don't do what I just did. I'm sure you guys got the memo of that. Yeah, our BT effect did fall off, so we do have to choose between Noctis and Rem. We could just go into like a lay. Oh wait, no, we already used the BT phase, so never mind. Never mind on that. Actually, we're just going to warp advance here, just to give us our plus versions when we need them. Because that is a cool thing about Noctis, where he could just like constantly warp ahead. Especially in a single target fight like this, if we had General Leo, we could just constantly abuse that. Let's see, is that Ferocity about to fall off? It is. Let's call for Ferocity again. Yeah, I did enjoy the story chapter this time around, but I wasn't expecting it to be all focused on Type 0. Not that I mind, I actually like the Type 0 cast a lot, you know, I did actually finish that game. And that was an interesting game, I'll call it interesting. Like, it definitely had its, the camera. The camera in that game, man. It's something else, I'll tell you. If you guys have played it, you already know what I'm talking about. But it was nice to, you know, see, I like seeing the cast just all hang out. I think Machina in particular he better be sorry, motherfucker. Here I think we're actually, that was the green effect. Actually, I think I only have, okay, that makes my job easier. I only have Rem's green effect active. So let's go ahead and, do we pull her up? I think we go ahead and pull her up then, just to get that online. I don't know why I was thinking you could do 2 green effects there. Maybe it's because I used Rem's burst phase. Alright, it makes my decision making a lot simpler. Go ahead and shooting star. And this should put us ahead. Perfect. He has like his own little warp step that he plays with his plus versions. Which should be useful. Alright. Let's get these brave gains going. We could also wait for him to activate his FR time, but I don't think it's gonna matter. I think he's just gonna die. I'm wondering what buff that is on Leo. 2 turns? And now Siphon, or Absorb Magic, I forget what it's called. Magical Protection. Oh, that's his EX buff, okay. Do I need to do anything here? No, Balthier is here just for, just in case he does go into his FR time. And we can just take that buff off him. Just a quick cleanse call. And this delays him by like 3 turns, so we should be fine. 24%? I think this team could do that. Let's go ahead and get Warp Step on everybody then. Just so we're staying ahead of this asshole. And Rem recharging Noctis' EX just so we could spam that the whole time. It's gonna be very useful. And imagine if Noctis' EX actually gave him Warp Step, that would be crazy. I see why they have to limit the uses on it just because they also don't up the turn count, which is very strong. Let's get this EX refresh then. And this is delayed by 1 turn, so that's cool. Oh, it doesn't. I thought it did. Never mind. I'm a general Leo noob, as you guys have seen. EX it up. And I think we still have 1 more turn on Warp Step on these guys. And if they don't, we could just general Leo delay them like crazy. Man, I miss Noctis' BT follow-up already. It did so much damage. Now, the one good thing about grading Leo is, you know, you do have to, or you just get to not worry about the duration on that. But it is also why we wanted to keep an Echo on Noctis, just so we could keep this gauge high while refreshing that. I think there's no reason not to just spam LD anymore. It's like we have free skills, but you know, we're just looking for damage. Do I regret saving this? I don't think I do. Or I don't think I will. I don't think I will. 11 million? Man, I missed the follow-ups. Oh, that's right, that is high turn rate. So, she did warp up there. And I think she should warp her turn up again? She didn't, okay. Like, we don't mind that much, just because we do have 2 turns left. But, you know, Rem isn't exactly the best damage dealer, so we don't want her taking all the turns. But I think this fight should be over. Or I'm hoping this fight is going to be over Noctis. It should. Noctis' EX hurts like a motherfucker. Because this is like a really big single target attack. But yeah, that's the run. Surprising no Leo in the story chapter. For a banner featuring him, you would think he'd be on it. But no, we didn't get a single thing with Leo. Which is honestly kind of surprising. But whatever, it's fine. We got a lot more Iris this time around. And she's got the whole Final Fantasy 15 thing where like they're all time skipped and like they're all old, but not really. Or it's like old mind, their young bodies. You know, that weird, I guess you could call it a trope? Ah, but it is what it is. There you go, boys. Chapter 4, Part 1, Part 2? Or it's like Chapter 4, Part 2, Part 1. Yeah, I don't have the pat. I said I was going to equip Noctis's artifacts. Man, I gotta really get on that. Well, that's the run, boys. Take it easy. Take it easy.